Sheikh Saadi, may Allah have mercy on him, relates that a dervish, a humble holy man, once reached the presence of a king. The marks of intelligence were evident on the dervish's forehead, but his body was as lean as a person who had undergone great hardships. In this state, he wore a cloak that had hundreds of patches on the front and back. When he reached the king's court, the king, who was wise and a good judge of character, gauged the dervish's intellect from his conversation. He included the dervish among his servants. The dervish performed his duties with such diligence and wisdom that his services proved very useful, and eventually, he reached the rank of prime minister. The former prime minister began to feel jealous of him and tried to find some fault in him to bring to the king's attention and have him punished. However, the dervish prime minister was so intelligent and pure-hearted that no flaw could be found in his work. After a long time, the jealous former minister discovered a piece of information: that the king was very fond of two slaves who were incredibly beautiful. This dervish prime minister also liked them and used to visit them often. The dervish would talk to them with great affection and kindness. The jealous minister gave a distorted color to this pure friendship. By adding salt and pepper, exaggeration, he told a fabricated story to the king, claiming that the new prime minister was a bad character and was trying to lead the king's handsome slaves astray. The king did not believe in hearsay. He scolded the jealous minister, saying that he was simply jealous of the dervish's ability. However, by chance, an incident occurred that gave the jealous minister an opportunity to appear truthful. It happened that the dervish prime minister looked at one of the slaves for some reason. Their eyes met, and the slave smiled. The jealous minister, who was always on the lookout, immediately showed this scene to the king. The king decided to punish the dervish in a fit of anger, but he then remembered that one should not punish anyone until a full investigation is conducted. Therefore, he called the dervish prime minister and said, "Oh man, we thought you were very noble and capable, and for that reason, we revealed the secrets of the kingdom to you and made you prime minister. But we regret that our assessment was wrong." After saying this, the king related the account of his interaction with the slave and asked, "Tell me, what should be the punishment for this sin?" The dervish prime minister understood that this was the handiwork of the jealous minister. He replied with great respect, "Your Majesty is the master. You may give whatever punishment you wish. But the truth is that my interaction with the slaves is not at all what has been told to you. The reason is simply that in the days of my youth, I was very handsome. Looking at these slaves reminds me of that life, and to keep that beautiful memory fresh, I talk to them." The king found this explanation to be correct. He praised the dervish minister, rewarded him with honors, and punished the jealous minister. Explanation: Sheikh Saadi, may Allah have mercy on him, has described two principles in this parable, one for the common man and the second for rulers and those in power. For the common people, he emphasizes that noble qualities are what raise a human being from the dust to the heights of the heavens. Among these qualities, sweetness of speech, courage, and good character are at the top of the list. Because of these qualities, the dervish not only reached the highest stages of progress, but also foiled the conspiracy of his enemy. For rulers, Saadi's advice is that for high offices, they should select the best people, keep their senses and wits about them even when angry, and make decisions only after a thorough investigation. These are the principles that grant longevity to a government and eternal life to a ruler.